Hi everyone, I'm Ara Tapuzian, President and CEO of Troy Chamber of Commerce, and we're here for Inside Corporate Troy, brand new video series that we're doing highlighting our chamber members. And I'm here, old friend, Leon LaBrecque, LJPR, in your still brand new building.
Right.
We were neighbors in the old building, and we kind of all, moving on up.
Right, moving on up to the north side now, up in the north side.
Yeah.
Right off the I-75 exit.
Yeah, no, this is a beautiful building, and I'm sure you're doing some great stuff here.
Love it.
Give a little bit of background, Leon, on what you do.
27 years ago, we started the firm in Troy. Started LJPR, which also had a sister firm, Educational Technologies.
Okay.
So Ara, we came out of the education business. I was the department chair at Walsh College, where I taught grad school in tax program and started the Master of Science in Finance program.
Right.
And I grew up as a UAW kid. My dad was a machine repairman. And as a pretty high-end wealth manager, I saw a need for regular folks to learn more about money. I mean, think about it. The biggest paycheck that an employer gives, the biggest benefit an employer gives anybody is their paycheck, and it doesn't come with instructions.
Right.
So we went to Ford Motor Company, and we went to AT&T and CalPERS and Montana and cities all over, and we educated their employees. And our roots are in telling people about money and providing this essence of financial literacy. So from there it grew. We went from being mostly a corporate trainer to doing fiduciary wealth management. And what that means is that we look out for our clients' interests first. So if I think you should pay off your mortgage, I tell you to pay off your mortgage, even though there's nothing in it for me. And if I think that what you should do is have some money in the bank, then you should have some money in the bank. Right. And it's great for sleeping well. Yeah. And if you do it right, it's good for eating well too. So it's been good. So our business has grown and morphed. We're in the Financial Times Top 300, which is a group of people basically selected that go through a process selected by the Financial Times. We are also in the Barron's Top 1200, which has its own criteria how they do that. But we've been growing in great aspects just by doing what we think is the right thing. And it works for us. We like it. We love it. It's got a great shop. We got 23 people here. Okay. Great, powerful team. Investment management team and a financial planning team and great lawyers and CPAs. But interestingly enough, we're a one-stop shop. So when a client comes in, they can get their estate plan done, they can get their tax return done, they can get in a good no-load family of funds, and we find some of the best, least expensive funds, and then they can get a full financial plan all in one place. So nice one-stop shop, not for everybody, but for people who want great service, like a restaurant.
How are people doing these days? What you've got the pulse on this. What are you seeing with either individuals or families? How are they doing?
Two things. I'm seeing that those who've kept a level head and stayed invested are doing well. So the stock market's been up about 117% since its bottom. And for clients that we persuaded to stay in, they've shared in that gain. And by the way, we never stick 100% in stocks. We're a balanced portfolio manager. Unfortunately, a lot of the rhetoric in today's world talks about wealth dispersion and how it's disparity. There is a wealth disparity, Ara. There is. Okay. Clearly, there are people who have been left behind, and trying to help those folks as well is another part of our issues. How can we somehow help them get rid of debt and do other things? So we're seeing that the people who've had the opportunities are doing a lot better, and people who haven't are not. And the gap, again, is education. What we're seeing is that people don't know what they don't know.
Right.
So I'll give you a good example. So if you and I have a 401k plan, let's say like most of our members do, I mean, we're a business, so we have a 401k plan, and you're concerned about the market. If you get out of the market on a given day, you're out at 4 o'clock. And if you want to get into the market, you're in at 4 o'clock.
Right.
So a lot of our folks, a lot of our members remember about a year ago, the Chinese Purchasing Managers Index came out low. I mean, everybody looks at that, right? So Chinese Purchaser Manager Index came out low, and the market went down 1,000 points by midday, ended the day down by 584.
Okay.
So suppose, Ara wakes up and goes, oh my God, the Chinese Purchasing Manager Index is down. He jumps on the line, calls Fidelity, and sells. Well, you sold at the end of the day, you lost 584 points.
Right.
Over the weekend, you talk to Leon, and I go, Ara, don't worry about it. Chinese Purchasing Manager Index, not a big deal. It's just off by 0.4%.
Right.
Get back in the market. Monday, you jump back in. That Monday, the market went up 600 points. So a bad investor would have jumped out, guaranteed a 584-point loss, and tried to jump back in and missed a 600-point gain. Yeah. You'd have lost 1,184 points, 8% of your portfolio in 2 days.
Yeah. Now, is that the biggest, do you think that that's the biggest mistake you see in your customers and what they do, or is there?
Our customers, we really strive to educate. So here's a stat for you. Okay. If I took the 20 years ending 2014, and you were in the S&P 500, now this is through the dot-com burst, 9/11, 2008, 2009 debacle,
Okay.
China meltdowns, oil crisis, name it, Paris bombings, okay? Name it. A lot of stuff happened, right, in that
Right.
20-year period?
Yep, world disasters,
Yep.
everything, yeah.
You made 8.9%. If you were in the S&P 500, you would have had $100,000, it would have turned to $600,000. If you missed the 10 best days,
Yeah.
you made 4%. If you missed the 30 best days, you made 0. 30 days out of 20 years are
Wow.
30 days. If you missed 60, you lost half your money.
Wow.
So it's time in the market, not
Right.
timing the market. So what we're trying to get people to do is pay close attention to those things.
Right.
Investing and being smart financially isn't hard, it just requires discipline. So, I mean, here's an easy one. When the market goes down, people say, well, should we get out? I go, no, we buy more when it's down. And they'll say, well, what do you mean? I go, stocks, same thing. Steak's cheap, buy steak. Stock's cheap, buy stocks.
Right.
Every decline in the market's always been followed by a recovery. There's never been the zero decline. It's never gone to the ground zero, ever in history. So 100% of the time, it comes back. So what we try to acclimate people is, look, we don't measure the distance from here to downtown with a ruler. We're in this for the long haul.
Right.
The long haul is what we want to do.
And
Pay
don't
attention to the long
panic.
haul.
And
Right.
don't panic.
Not only that,
No need.
not only don't panic,
Yeah,
bargain shop. Go get some bargains.
okay.
A good example is oil. I mean, when you came in, we were looking in our lab
Right.
at oil prices, and
Right.
I say,
And
wow.
you're going like this.
I'm rubbing my was, because we saw when oil hit $25 a barrel, it was time to go buy oil companies.
Okay.
Because some people were saying, well, it'll go to zero. I said, well, if it goes to zero, we'll buy all the oil in the world, because we're not going to quit using it.
Right.
So some of it is strategic and some of it is tactical. Our investment approach is we try to stay about 80% strategic, which means let's just stay 80% participating in the market fully. And it sounds boring, but we'll buy the S&P 500 or we'll buy small caps, and we'll
Right.
just buy. We don't have a magic black box.
Right.
I don't know anybody smart enough to always have the magic black box.
Right.
And then tactically, we'll try to go tactically around that with some satellites. So oil is a satellite. Global real estate, they aren't making any more of it. So that's a satellite. So we'll wrap around those different things.
Interesting. Now, Leon, you go around the community and around the state, and we've seen you on television and whatnot. You've talked to different organizations, and you still go back to Walsh College and kind of help them out. What's the latest? What are you teaching folks these days?
We've started working on a whole new set of financial literacy for employees.
Okay.
So, for example, we're now doing for a couple of corporate customers 401k education, but not from the custodian standpoint, where the
Right.
custodian comes in and says, you have Vanguard, Target, 3560. It's more like, here's a cup of Starbucks, here's $121,000. Get rid of one of these and you can have this. Here's your income tax refund, $2,400.
Right.
Here's your income tax refund saved in your plan, $300,000, plus you still get an income tax refund that you can fund a Roth IRA with. So one of the categories is 401k education for X company. Very detailed, right to the company. So we just did one of these for the state troopers, and we did one for the Michigan Association of CPAs, and we're doing one for a little car company down in Dearborn. So we're working on theirs as well.
Right.
So that's first. Then we did 50 good IRA ideas, because IRAs are like Swiss Army knives. You can
Right.
do almost anything with them.
Okay.
So you can fund your kids' education, you can make your kids rich, you can cut your mom's taxes, you can cut your taxes, you can reduce estate taxes. Literally, between Roth IRAs and regular IRAs, there's 50 good things you can do. Then we have 50 good 401k ideas, like some of the ones I talked about.
Right.
Save your income tax refund, save part of your raise, your bonus. Those work. And then we have an estate planning piece, and then our crown jewel is one we call small good choices.
Right.
And this is the stuff that I would have told you as your best friend, but never would have told you as a financial advisor.
Right.
Take your wallet out, take the contents of your wallet, throw it on the table, snap a picture with your smartphone. Guess what? Your wallet gets stolen, you got all the stuff.
Right.
Make a list of all your valuable papers,
Yeah.
send it to make sure your wife can get her hands on it if something happens to you, God
Sure.
forbid.
Sure.
Your PIN numbers.
Yeah.
Don't have your pins needle you. Have you ever read those I agree things
Yeah,
at the back?
yeah.
They say your pin belongs to us if you croak. No, give the pin to somebody else.
Right.
So that when something happens to you, your bank
Yeah.
account is
No,
safe.
smart.
So small good chases is about 70 ideas. So you're hearing, we got a lot of good ideas.
Yeah.
And that's our latest thing, is trying
Okay.
to teach people to tell, not sell.
Right. Great. We've run out of time. Can we do
Rats,
that already?
rats, you and I
So-
talking, imagine.
So if people want more information, they can go online and
Yep.
visit you. Your website is?
LJPR.com. We've got a YouTube channel. They can watch some nice YouTubes. We have a fun one called Success with Help from Oz that they'll
Oh.
like. It'd be great for their kids.
Are you the man behind the curtain?
I am. I'm the whiz.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, thanks.
Always a pleasure
Great.
to be here.
Thank you.
That wraps up another episode of Inside Corporate Troy. Please watch more of our videos online. Until next time, we hope you visit us online as well at troychamber.com. Take care.